Good evening, friends. In my first introductory video, I have discussed with you the basics of English grammar, that is, the definition part of word, sentence, clause, phrase. Then I have discussed structures, that is, four types of structure: simple structure, complex structure, compound structure, and compound complex structure. We have also discussed about the subjects. Any sentence will be consisting of two parts, basic parts of a simple structure, that is the subject part and the complement part, or subject part and the predicate part. To be more correct, it is subject and predicate part. Subject, any noun or pronoun could be a subject about what or which we want to say in a sentence. What we say is the predicate. There are 8 part of speech as discussed in the last class, and you are very much aware of that. Out of the 8 part of speech, only nouns and pronouns could be subject in a sentence, and the most important part of speech, which is verb, a finite form of a verb will make the predicate part. So about finite and non-finite we have discussed. You see, verbs are broadly divided into two types. From structural point of view, there could be classification of this part of speech could be done from different perspectives. But from our perspective, that is construction or structuring sentences, let us understand the chief part of speech, that is verb, which is used as the chief word of the predicate. Because predicate could be one word or it could be group of words. Similarly, subject could be one word. If it is one word subject, it must be a noun or pronoun. If anything else we have taken as subject, that is an abstract noun. We'll discuss that. But subject is easy. Only any noun or pronoun could be subject in a sentence. And these subjects could be either first person or second person or third person. And they have their numbers, like we could have singular subject or plural subject. From that perspective, we must understand noun. The first part of speech, noun, it is a naming word. Anything that has got a name is a noun. And when we use a noun in a sentence as subject, we must understand from this perspective, nouns could be countable or uncountable. If it is countable, and it is one, the subject is singular. More than one, it is plural. If it is two, it is plural. If it is million, billion, trillion, also it's the whole universe is plural. But if it is uncountable, it is singular. This understanding is very vital to make correct structure. We'll understand how this countable and non-countable part or aspect of nouns and pronouns are important. We'll discuss it when we'll discuss further about subject verb agreement. We'll take one by one everything. So subject and predicate, basic part of a simple structure. Don't confuse between simple structure and simple sentence. You see, as I said, classification could be done from different perspective. Here we must understand one thing, that when we express our thoughts by writing or verbally, we take the help of sentences to give a complete sense, because definition of sentence goes like a group or collection or combination of words giving complete sense is a sentence. So when we want to make a complete sense, that means make a statement or we want to ask questions, or we make an imperative sentence like trying to give some orders, or we pray for somebody, we command somebody to do something, command, request, prayers, blessings, all such type of sentences are the imperative sentences. From one perspective, from structure perspective or structure point of view, there are four structures: simple, complex, compound, and compound complex. But in general, sentences are of four types: the assertive sentences, then the interrogative sentences. Because you see, to have a conversation, we must ask question and we must answer to those questions. Asking questions, we must make sentence to ask questions. These sentences we make to ask questions are interrogative sentences, and the answer could be positive sentence or negative sentence. For example, we want to ask somebody, what do you want? Would you like tea or coffee? Would you like to go for outing tonight? These are interrogative sentences. We are asking somebody by making a sentence. So the answer could be yes, I would like to, or no, I would not like to. These two types of sentences that supposed to be answered by the person, both these type of sentences, positive or negative, comes under assertive sentence, or we call it declarative sentence, or simply we call it statement. So that's declarative sentences or assertive sentences, or simply calling it sentence, that is first category of sentence, both positive and negative. Second category sentence, to ask questions we must know how to ask questions. In English language there could be broadly chief way of asking questions. There could be three ways to structure interrogative sentences that we will discuss. Third category of sentence, imperative sentences. Imperative sentences are those sentences we use or we make to express command, request, prayer, blessing, such and such optative sentences. Earlier in Old English, in the era of Nesfield, J.C. Nesfield, there are two great grammarians in the world of English. One is J.C. Nesfield. The next generation grammarians are Wren and Martin. In contemporary English teaching, most of the teachers follow all over the country this author called High School English Grammar by Wren and Martin. This is the Wren and Martin. They are British writer, British grammarian. So some difference we will find. J.C. Nesfield, the father of English grammar, suggested 16 types of sentences. But in modern English, these guys, Wren and Martin, have reduced it to 4 types of sentences: assertive, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. And one can understand that to have conversation, these 4 types of sentences are sufficient. So, these 4 types of sentences, which are supposed to have a noun or pronoun as subject and a finite verb as its predicate, are called simple sentences. These are simple structures. Under simple structures, we have got 4 types of sentences. Simple structure, 4 types of sentences. Under simple structure, we have got assertive sentences, we have got interrogative sentences, imperative sentences, and exclamatory sentences. These four types of sentences are simple structure. Don't confuse between sentence and structure, because when we discuss about second category of structure, that is compound, third complex, fourth compound complex, what these structures are all about. Simple structure means one subject, one finite verb, which are these four types of sentences we are discussing. These four types of sentences, simple structure, having one subject and one finite verb. What is subject? I have discussed. What is finite verb? I have discussed. Now, what is compound sentence? Compound sentences are those sentences which are structured by having more than one simple sentences joined by a coordinating conjunction. Conjunction is a part of speech. Broadly, two types of conjunctions are there: coordinating conjunction and subordinative conjunction. These conjunctions are joining words. So they help join, or conjunctions help to join sentences, clauses, phrases. That is the work of conjunction. Every part of speech has got a specific role to play while making sentences. So simple sentence or simple structure are of four types broadly in modern English, and these four types of sentences, taking more than one of these four types of sentences by the help of coordinating conjunctions. Which are coordinating conjunctions? And, or, what, for, either, or, neither, nor, also, still, till, and few others. So when more than one simple sentence or simple structure, simple sentence and simple structure could be used interchangeably. But when we say simple structure or simple sentence, there they have one subject and one finite verb. When we join more than one simple structure by the help of coordinating conjunction, we make a compound sentence. For example, I go to school, one simple sentence. I subject, go finite verb. To school every day, part of predicate. Subject is I. Go to school every day is predicate. In predicate, go is the chief word, which is the finite form of the verb. V1 form is finite, V2 is finite, V1 is present simple, V2 is past simple, V3 non-finite, that is past participle, V4 non-finite, that is present participle, V4. Why V1 and V2 finite? Why V3 and V4 are non-finite? Because if you take any subject and add V1, you make a simple structure, sentence is ready. You take subject plus V2, sentence is ready, past simple sentence is ready. But if you take any subject, any noun or pronoun of your choice, you add V3, you can't make a sentence. You take any subject, you add V4, you can't make a sentence. That's why V3, V4 are non-finite. V1, V2 finite, because they can make sentences. The tense of the sentence depends upon the verb. Whether if it is V1, subject plus V1, it is a present simple form. If subject plus V2, it's past simple. Subject is any noun or pronoun of your choice you want to talk about. So these are the understanding one must have. Being non-native English learners, we must understand all these stuffs.